Let's Talk About It is sponsored by Hard Hat Construction, where we build dreams with trust and quality work. Contact Jamie Alton at 239-648-5867, where you dream big and we grind harder. Good morning. What's up, fellas? We are now tuned into Let's Talk About It. My name's Coach Drew. Got Coach Patterson and Triple BLACK in the building. Bus shots, please.
Oh man, hey man, my flamethrower, hey, my gun jam, my gun jam. Bro, my gun jam, man.
Hold on, I got you, man. I got you with the flame.
Bro, you got one job. One job
only. One job.
Oh man.
The flame. I told you I gotta get my flamethrower, man. I gotta get that yappa. You heard me?
Now, man, I lost my phone. Well, I actually threw my phone in the trash can. And yeah. And just ain't had enough time to go get another one. And it's been rough. But you
lost your phone or somebody took it?
Oh yeah, I lost it. I ain't lose it. I threw it in the trash accidentally.
Oh really?
Yeah. So
then, boy, you were really, 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 really bad, huh?
Bro, listen, I went in the trash can, right? And that dumpster juice hit me.
Oh,
I'm done with it. I was like, nigga, it's for the birds.
that dumpster juice ain't no joke, man.
Oh man,
it'll make a strong man weak.
No,
please hit that like, share button.
That dumpster juice, boy, ain't nothing like that. Oof. Wow.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. A lot of y'all dudes don't like to take out the trash, bruh. The little sprinkles. And I'm talking about as soon as I hit the bag, bro.
Oh Lord.
But coaching, man, we're gonna get into it, right now, we're in a state of, pandemic, it's a lot of different philosophies, teachings going on. There's a lot of guys out here doing great training, all kind of beautiful things, when it comes to the coaching. Coaching is not just sports, it's coaching in life, it's coaching in, everything we do, because each one needs to teach one. So Coach Patterson, right now, you had an opportunity to become, you played college football, then you changed your life and transition into the coach's world. What made you want to do that?
Well, no, I didn't play college ball. I went in the U.S. Army. But what made me want to get into coaching, and this seriously, I had two daughters, and I saw where the young men where I was growing up at, I saw the direction they were heading, and I wanted to make a positive change. And so the first year I got into coaching, it really wasn't coaching. It was a mentor and tutor program with a guy by the name of Al Florence and Greg Sparkman. And we turned that program, we all like football, and we said we should just create a football team, see how many more kids we can get. And so the first year from that tutoring program, we went from 20 kids to by year 3, I think we were somewhere around 60 or 70 kids, and most of these kids were straight out the projects, and they just wanted something to do, after school. And so we gave them something to do, but we also put stipulations on what they were doing. Like you had to maintain a C average in school. And if you didn't have a C average, we had teachers that would come over and they would tutor the kids. And so once
real quick, you said they had to maintain
a C average.
So why would y'all have a program like this and have kids, like be responsible for a GPA? Why y'all just didn't help them?
Well, old school mentality, man. Like you got to get that education first, man. You can't do nothing without the education. So the education is almost like the if you got a car, the education is the steering wheel. It's the driver. And then everything else play off of that. And so when and then we also got a lot of kids out of juvenile court. And so we used to go to juvenile court, and kids that they were going to send up the road, or they were going to send to the detention center, we would say, hey, can we get them in our program for 6 to 8 weeks? And if they passed our program, then nothing would go on their record. But if they couldn't pass our program, then now they, whatever the judge want to give to them, because at that point we can't help them. And in 5 years, we only lost one kid out of 300 to the juvenile system.
That's what's up. Now, Coach, Triple B, you sitting up here, you got a son that's coming up, and every day is a coaching experience when you're around him, because, he's that little you, and he has to learn the world through your eyes and the way you move. Now you're hearing about, Coach Patterson dealing with kids, that were in troubled situations. How do you avoid that, as a father right now, dealing with Frankie?
It's just about, the most basic thing is presence. That's just basically what it is, the fundamental reason a lot of these kids end up in those situations is they don't have any male presence around them, or they don't have any, they're not, I guess, around masculinity. They don't really know how men and stuff like that should conduct themselves, and a lot of times they seek that masculinity, that masculine voice, or whatever, and they end up in these situations where they're following, they end up as followers. They end up as followers. They just end up, seeking guidance, and they end up in these situations where, I don't have a dad. My uncle's not really, teaching me. This guy right here, which is, Big D boy on the block, and and he's a guy, and everybody's following him, and everybody likes him. He's the neighborhood superstar or whatever. So let me see what he can teach me. And then and then you have a whole bunch of those guys idolizing these people. And I'm not throwing shade on it, but it just happens that way, and people end up idolizing, I think the wrong type of people, some people that don't have good morals or good character. And I'm not saying that, don't get me wrong. There's a lot of dudes that, end up in that lifestyle that are, tremendous people. They just a victim of circumstance. But what ends up happening, a lot of those guys have to put on an act, and what they don't realize, a lot of people idolize them, and a lot of people emulate their way of doing things, and you end up that perpetual cycle.
Real quick, you say an act. You say, these guys are really like. Explain that a little bit. You're saying an act.
Oh yeah, if you somebody nickname you G Dog, G Dog or Sniper B or whatever, you got to. You can be the softest person, but you got to put on that act. You got to keep that act. You got to, you got to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like a perpetual cycle, and I know plenty of guys like that. Sometimes, they put on that act. They get in a situation. They give 10 years of their life to the street. To the state, and they get out and they can't be the person that they really are. Because they got to keep that act. But at the same, one of the damages is even in that losing situation, you might see a younger kid seeing that person. You got like a free G Dog party. When he get out of prison or whatever, and they got T-shirts. They're still idolizing him, and then the guy, the little, like, oh man, but they don't like that person.
Okay. So
manipulated because they don't realize.
This is what we need to do. Because I see, and I love what you're saying. Let's change the narrative. So now let's start having block parties when kids go off to college, kids get 3.5s, when, you know, kids open businesses. Let's have block parties to be their first, you know what I'm saying? That's, you know, right now, you know, we create something in the backs, me and Coach Patterson, you know, and Triple B, you're gonna be a part of this. It's gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah. But I mean, you gotta also understand, it's like
Triple, I got you. We gotta, you know, we got something in the backs that's gonna tie all this together with what you're talking about. You know what I'm saying? It's a big project dropping in August. So, you know, we can't let too much out the bag, but go ahead, Triple B.
Well, what I'm saying is like it's the vision of masculinity, the vision of leadership has been really, 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 really skewed, especially within our community. You know, throwing a bunch of dollars, Andrew, in the strip club, you know, and
what? He talking about in my wild days, he's still doing it.
No.
I grew up from that, man. Like you know,
I'm kidding.
I want to spawn a little change, but I haven't listened that place.
Right. But you think about it, in that place, and I've been there too.
Talking about that place.
No, that's what I'm saying is in that place. It's like I'm talking about from the beginning, the foundation.
No, listen. We're not talking about that place. Listen, masculinity. Let's get back on the masculinity.
Right. But what I'm saying is a lot of the imagery that we see, and the thing about it is like when that is leadership. I mean, those images in like those rap videos, those songs, that is leadership right there. And,
so how do we change the narrative on that? Because right now, you know, you talking about
what you said is like propping up, you know, that guy that gets straight A's, you know what I'm saying? That construction worker that's, you know, changed his life and he's now a builder, you know. It's boring. You might not have a lot
of they go to keyword right now.
It's boring. It's really boring. Right. You know, we rather see
but how do we make it fun? Because I'm being honest with you.
You can't.
Let's think about it. Let's bust this down. Because hold on, we got Coach Fang. Coach Fang, what's happening? He's in the building. Welcome, Coach. Welcome. What's happening? You good? You over there looking like Johnson with the big headphones on. What y'all from the DJ or something?
Let me finish this by this. It just seemed like, and you know what? I went to college, and I, you know, got degrees and you know, stay out of trouble. Even me, I was influenced by that whole thing. You know what I'm saying? I was throwing money. Huh?
You a square. That's why you got influence, man. You was in that.
Right, but even the square, like even the squares. That's what I'm saying is even the squares get influenced by that. And I should know better. Imagine there's somebody that don't know better. So imagine a 13-year-old boy that don't know better. You know, it's like it's not when you look back when you're 35, you're like, damn, right? I was idolizing that.
Yeah.
Well, but that also that brings the growth in, you know.
Right.
But the other stuff that you talking about, like that's all fun, you know. When you watching the rap videos and stuff, like that's fun. Me getting out here, me getting up at 4:00 in the morning, being to work by 6, doing 8 hours, and then coming home and then working in my community. That ain't fun.
But
like, that's leadership. That's being a man. That's leadership.
I got that. But this is the thing. What about, you know what I'm saying, what it takes to go into those music videos? Like those dudes don't, you know what I'm saying? What about the lyrics? What about the path that they had to take to get there? All they doing is idolizing the end result. You feel what I'm saying? Because no matter what, it's hard work putting everything that somebody does to get to that status where they're in front of people like us. You see what I'm saying? And that's the thing. What is not being shown is the process. Because listen, bro,
What?
I was listening to I Am Athlete, and Rick Ross said he got paid. The first album, Port of Miami, dropped in 2006. He didn't start living the lifestyle until 2012. But when we seen him, like you saying, that lifestyle, he's standing on top of the place where we talk about. We thought he made it. He said he ain't make it. You feel me? But the process and everything behind that, I think if we idolize or show that more, that would be, to help. Because these dudes that's talking, all that stuff, and them, they not doing that no more. That's foolish. Some of them are, but a lot of them, the big ones, the ones that's successful, the ones that's doing their things, the ones that's hit after hit, they're not in the game. Right. They are the game.
Right. That's one of the pitfalls, is like you see that image, but you don't see the losses.
Yeah.
You don't see the backstabbing. You don't see none of that. You don't see the crying. You don't see the depression. You don't see none of that. You don't even see the positive parts, the person that's actually making the production. Like, why don't we show more of that? The dude that's filming it, that's editing.
That, I'm behind the scenes right now, clicking this button as we speak right now. The production team. Right. I'm in like a little small space. Shout out to my sister once again, always having my back, giving me and my significant other a place to stay. And, we here. Like, I appreciate it. Coach Fang, what's good, my G? You good? We got you locked in?
I'm good.
All right, yes, good. Yeah. So, right now you out there, we talking about coaching, man, and you out there, you fresh in town. Can we let the cat out the bag?
Yeah, we can let it out.
Okay, so you're at Lehigh Senior High School now, and so you coaching. And I want to know, right now we were talking about Coach Mike. He was talking about his experiences with, juvenile delinquents, and then Johnson was talking about his son. You have, came from one situation, now you coming into another. How is the coaching styles different from where you came from to where you're at right now?
From where I came from, the coaches were bought into the football aspect of it. So anytime there was anything football related going on, there was nothing else important than being out there at the field, getting the kids prepared for Friday night, off season, whatever. And so we cleaned locker rooms, we painted fields, we sanitized equipment, washed clothes. Like, we were deeply entrenched in everything that was involved with the football program. So I've only been at Lehigh for a week, and I mean, you can see a difference, but I'll be able to see more as we move forward.
Okay, so now one of the biggest issues, that coaches have, from being a coach myself and just being an assistant, being a head coach, and having an opportunity to be a volunteer. I see that, me and Coach Patterson was talking about this, and I heard it on the podcast that, shout out to Social Proof Podcast. I watch that stuff. If you ain't check David Never Sleep Out, check it out. It's hot. But anyways, they talk about, pretty much organizing your time and understanding that if you don't give your gift away, and learn how to teach and learn how to coach someone, you will never elevate your game to the next level, because Mr. Miyagi had to make sure he knew how to wax on and wax off before he had Daniel's son do the whole process, because it was a process. It wasn't just, we just jump out here and we relax, big girl. It wasn't a process where we just was going to jump out and, we were going to be, king of the karate tournament, whatever that tournament, Cobra, they beat up Cobra Kai, whatever. But saying all that to say this is, you feel me? There's no better feeling when you can coach an individual on something that you experience and they do it and it starts working out for them. And that's how important coaching is for me, because, I don't feel like I had to step back from Canterbury, because, not saying that those kids weren't coachable, but I think I have a bigger arena of kids that I need to coach. And I wasn't giving them the right stuff and the essentials that they needed from me, and as well as me being able to build my mission statement. But day in, day out, man, we have to learn to do better by ourselves. I grow constantly every day. I don't know everything. And me and Coach Mike, we stay talking about, betterment as men. But it's one of those deals, man. We are very important and we don't get paid enough. And back to the start of the conversation, I played professional ball and I was being paid day in, day out to learn plays, come to practice, and do what I do. You feel me? I was getting paid to do that. Now we're asking kids to come play books this big and go through school and then come learn these 3,000 plays. It's not going to happen. And you wonder why these kids are not successful on the field and why your program is not working, because we got too much going on for them. Coach Patterson, you were talking about simplifying stuff, and it's with everything, the synonym KISS, keep it simple, stupid.
Boom.
Right.
Hey, you know what? Hey, let me say something real quick about Andrew. Me and Andrew, we probably, we've been friends for, I don't know, about like 5 years now, or whatever. And this motto is like, and you are living that motto right now, is trust the process. Yeah. Trust the process. You were in a situation at Canterbury where you could have just stayed, and you could have stayed complicit in that circumstance. But it takes a lot of growth to trust the process, to know that you got a larger purpose. And a lot of people can't do that. A lot of people are not brave enough to be like, hey, you know what? Let me recognize my purpose. And you know what? Instead of just being comfortable and being complicit, let me go ahead and live my purpose. A lot of people can't do that. So I just want to say that, I'm saying, trust. Andrew, what you're doing is hard for a lot of people to get at. It's trusting themselves, trusting their instincts, and trusting the process. You know what? This is not where I need to be at. This is where I need to be. I need to, I can cast a bigger net if I really be on my purpose, and you recognize your purpose. And, some people be 50 years old and don't recognize their purpose. So, you got to consider that a blessing, because you are really trusting the process.
And also, you're walking by faith. That's a big thing there. Hebrews 11:1. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of things not seen. So God gave you a vision, and everybody, man, why he leaving or why he doing that? Because he walking by faith. God done gave him a vision and done told you, if you like you said, trust the process. I got people along the way that's gonna assist you to achieve my mission.
Right. Well, Bill Gates, I mean, he's walking away from Harvard. Like, you go and you graduate from Harvard, and then, like, you're set. You might get a corporate job. You might get that. You're set. And then something in him said, no, I'm going to change the world, which he did. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if you would have listened and not trusted the process. What do you have? Microsoft, Steve Jobs, same thing. All of them. The dude, was it Jeff Bezos, his garage, selling books. It's probably something like, oh, you're stupid. What are you doing? Get this corporate job or whatever. I'm not, crapping up, but I'm just saying, if you see a vision or you have a vision and you trust the process, you keep it simple. This is what I want to do, and this is how I'm going to execute it. A lot of times there's nothing stopping you, because there's very few people brave enough to do it. There's very people brave enough to do it.
And then that's that tunnel vision that comes in and says, "Hey, I'm going to get this done by any means necessary." Because you know, and I shared with you, Drew. Like you called me one morning, you told me, "Hey, man, get your A up," and I told my wife, I said, like literally, nobody talks to me like that. Like nobody. I'm talking about when I say nobody, I mean nobody talks to me like that. And you told me that I got on up, man. I said, listen, I got on up like that.
My bad, bro.
But that's what I needed that morning, man. I was laughing.
Because, man, like honestly, you know, I don't know what, you know, the world has in store for me, but you know, I have people like you guys because, you know, at a drop of a dime, I call you guys. Hey, man, listen, we got to do this show. You know, we're doing the show every Saturday. Coach Mike, you know, I'm calling you for coaching tips. We got this project we got to do, you know, and you guys are always a part of it because my mind is everywhere. And, you know, I'm in the mode and on a mission to, you know what I'm saying, get clarity for myself. So, you know, we can push out these great projects and push out, you know what I'm saying, this great content for the kids and the parents that need us, you know what I'm saying, that needs this quality information. Because Johnson, me and Coach Mike, in our 30-minute conversation before the show, I told him, you're one of the smartest individuals I know. You know what I'm saying? One of my brothers are, and one of my friends, Colin, are three of the smartest individuals I know. And y'all all have the same problem. Y'all in your own way. And that's it. Like, if you just focus, nobody can stop you guys because of this, what you guys have up there. And, you know, knowledge is the key. Like, if you're going to coach anybody on anything, coach them to go get an education to make sure, you know, that they don't slip through the cracks. Because right now, you seeing, you know, me have tunnel vision. I'm having tunnel vision because I have to relearn all the stuff I should have been learning in high school. I didn't get an education in high school. I got my education in prison. You know what I'm saying? That's when I read my first book, in prison. I didn't know how to. I was smart enough to be able to get myself through college without being able to read. You feel me? And comprehend. But I had it up here, and I was street smart and street savvy enough to keep a 2.0 to be able to do what I needed to do. And it was at that moment where, you know, you're around a whole bunch of men and you realize, like, bro, either you don't change or you're going to be in here for the rest of your life. Because it's one saying that they tell you off glass, either you on your way out or you on your way or not coming back. And I mean, on your way out or you on your way back in. And what they mean by that is a lot of dudes come there, oh, man, it's just a break. They don't learn anything. They don't try to better themselves because it's not an environment to better yourself. It's just an environment to hold you and babysit you. You know what I'm saying? The choice is yours, just like everywhere else. And, you know, some people coming in don't make that choice to better themselves, and then they end up with the DC letters. And if you don't know what that means, when you first go into the Florida Department of Correction, they're going to give you a letter. First one is a 0. And then they're going to start going down that alphabet. I done seen A, B, C, and I done seen them all the way down to X. That's how many times that person have been to prison. And yes, and you think about that. Count those numbers, you know what I'm saying? And that's being dead honest. But it's those type of people that get there and make a mistake and don't learn from the mistake. And that's the biggest part of my mission, is just trying to teach kids and teach people that I make mistakes. I make mistakes every day, but trying to learn from my mistakes every day. Coach Fang, you are you know, this is going to be some different type football down here because of the atmosphere you came from is very, very different. So the adjustment that you'll have to make, you know, Coach Patterson, how could you, like, because you've been in both places, how could you explain the transition? Because it's kind of hard for me because I didn't coach in both. I played up there, but I didn't.
Well, it's like you driving going from a 2-lane highway to now you got 6, 8 lanes.
Okay.
You know, because when you're in a small town setting, it ain't a whole lot going on. You may have a movie theater, you may have a Walmart. So football that's everybody, you know. Everybody is into football. And then you come here, you go from one high school to now you got 19, 20 public high schools. And it's all within a 10 to 20 mile radius.
Everybody game, man.
Everybody.
Over there.
And so a kid get upset with you, and you know, well, next week they might not be in your program. Whereas when you in those small towns, you got to drive an hour to the next school, and I seriously doubt your parents are gonna drive you an hour.
And gas is $3 right now. Ain't nobody trying to go do all that.
They gonna tell you suck it up, drive home. Whereas here, you got another school, you know, it ain't even 10 minutes down the road that you can go and transfer to. So I think that's going to be the biggest adjustment is, you know, going from whereas where we the main thing in town, we the only show in town, to now where you got to share the spotlight, you know. Yeah. And I think that's going to be the biggest adjustment. Coaching-wise, he'll be okay.
You ready for that?
I think.
Cause you gonna get. I'm
ready for anything.
You gonna get them Cadillacs, man, and then them Cadillacs gonna want you to stroke their ego. And they gonna, you know, can't do it, coach. They got school 2 miles away, coach.
No. But you know what I've always told kids. I've always said this from my first year I got in, and it goes for me as well. This program was here before you got here. It's going to be here after you leave. Now, you determine what happens while you here.
It's called the program. Go ahead, Coach. Go Fang.
Up county. Like, yes. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you now.
Am I lagging again?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, where you at? Lehigh? You got that Lehigh Wi-Fi? I got that CenturyLink over there. I had.
What are you talking about? Some extension cord, some extension cord Wi-Fi.
Right now, we are avoiding anything. They are.
I'm with you. I'm about to file them too, man.
No, they are. I hate to give end of negativity on any show, but CenturyLink, you guys got to do better by yourself. Please.
I'm good. If I'm lagging.
We got you still lagging. That's situation.
Hey, I mean, while he lagging, you know what I'm saying, while he going in slow-mo, while he breakdancing, you know, while he's breakdancing. Hey, I want to go back to something Drew said. You know, one of the things like a lot of people don't realize that they're experts on a lot of stuff. And the thing about it is people don't understand to be expert level at anything, you just have to know a little bit more about a subject, right? And he said something about, you know, street smart. You know, he knew how to navigate and get a 2.0, you know, with, you know, doing minimal. I mean, like, you know, navigate, just kind of, you know, get through it. A lot of people don't know how to do that. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people, like, you assume that, you know, if you know, imagine, Drew, if you would have been taking, you know, a lot of kids that wasn't so academically proficient, and you'd be like, hey, you know what? And they were just trying to get eligible for football and you know, the course of their life. You know, some of the tips and tricks that you know on how, you know, that street smartness or that street savvy could have made the difference in the world, because you don't know, because if they would have been eligible for football, they would have seen the lights, they would have seen their, you know, them on TV, they would have seen all that. That could have changed the whole complexity of their, you know, their whole high school experience or college experience or whatever, you know. And, you know, a lot of kids and the people don't realize that if you have an expert level at stuff, you know, just don't assume that kid couldn't benefit from it. You know, if you know something, you know, that little something that you can teach them can guide them. He's
Let
just
me tell you
put
what
him
that
on
little,
the right course, huh?
I'm gonna tell you what that little something is that got me that 2.0, and I'm gonna keep it real, bare simple. I just went to class. Like I literally got C's all because of the simple fact is this is why I went. This is why I came to school every day. I knew I was gonna get fed for one, because food wasn't. We didn't eat like that at home, and I damn sure didn't want to sit home and watch the damn Price is Right all day. So it was, and stores come on at 12, and you're not touching that channel. So I choose to go to school. You feel me? And then all you just show up. And once you show up, even in college, once you show up, the atmosphere drives you to do something. Even when you just come in with the mindset of I'm gonna go to sleep, and you have that one teacher that say, "Hey Andrew, you're not gonna do that today." You know what I'm saying? Come on, and it gets you. But when you don't go, you dead.
Right. You miss 100% of the shots that you don't take.
Yeah.
If you're sitting at home, you ain't doing nothing, And again, that's the thing. It's like, if you could let that kid that's sitting like that, I don't want to go to school. I mean, like, just show up, bro. You're gonna get this, and that, and hey, you're gonna see some girl. I was like, you really want to sit at home? I mean, where all your friends are at? They're at school.
What kills us right now with the sitting at home? They all on their phone with the social media and stuff, and the COVID is not making it any better because these kids, what I'm saying, are so tech savvy with these Zoom. They'll click on there and have a whole screen going in there like they listening to the teacher, and you know what I'm talking about, in that mug sleep. You feel me? They know how to trick the system with the technology, because my nephew done be having full-blown conversations.
Right. And I think I heard the number. It was 80% of the kids that were taking the online class or an online school were failing.
Message.
Yeah. And a AP asked me, and I said, in school, there's a lot of stuff that we don't teach our kids in school, but time management. That's one of the basic things that we should be teaching our kids. I understand algebra and English and all that stuff is important, but if our kids can't go, and when I graduated high school, I was able the next day to take care of myself.
Right.
And a lot of our kids, when they graduate high school, that next day, they still cannot take care of themselves. Like they still can't go out and get a job, create a bank account, and just understand how to live, And to me, that's what school should be about. Like, we're pumping you with algebra, we pump you with all that stuff, but are we giving you the necessary tools that you can take care of yourself?
I know you know what I'm saying. You getting out to my game, coach. Whoa, Kimo Sabe. You already know, you know what I'm saying. In our school, that's and that's what we got. All that stuff. Oh man, people listening, they be watching you. Nah, so shout out to Wig, man. Wig always tune in with us, man. He said that's why we need that athlete that didn't make it in sports. It's trade. Yes, we listen. That is key, man, because the whole point is it's other opportunities and it's other things and components that go into making, sports teams work. Let's just keep it in the sports arena. We can go like it's people that work for the NFL that are getting paid more than NFL players, and it's several people. And it's opportunities out there to build a craft, a trade. Right now that's what part of the big project we got going on in August is bringing all this stuff to, a one-stop shop, so kids will be able to understand this stuff, and they'll have a hub to come and say, if we don't, because we got to get with them or we gonna get lost.
Right.
Because they are the future, and I've been experiencing a lot of stuff with understanding, just having to step back and see the way they move, because they move different than the way we move, but they're the next people up, so we got to adjust to them.
And you know, I just want to talk about this for a second, because Coach Patterson did bring up something that I was just thinking about. Is the concept of incremental change. You know, even with time management, you don't, like, a lot of people don't realize that small incremental changes in a process can yield pretty much like a 50% result on things. Like, you know, just being able to manage your time more efficiently can make your life tremendously better. I remember I used to be an all right student, and in college, what I started doing, I just started changing up my study habits, you know, for tests and stuff. It wasn't even anything like too different. It was just I utilize, because I know I have a good memory. I can remember a lot of stuff. All I got was flashcards. I got flashcards and started writing down stuff like, you know, key terms when you know, before I, you know, study key terms and stuff like that. I got a bunch of flashcards, everything that I can recognize, and I'll be like, man, this is the answer. I just started doing that. And, you know, I'll be like, you know, walking to school, just, you know, doing the flashcards or whatever. And when I used to start to take tests, I used to laugh because it was so easy. The tests were easy because I knew everything. I was like, damn, boom. Hey, I already seen this, boom. I was like, oh, yeah, that's the answer. That little change that I made in that whole study process, instead of just reading the book and doing all that, that's all it took. And a lot of times it takes us, you know, as people to kind of put those little gems out there to recognize, you know, that I'm sure in you know, you did personal training, you know, there's incremental changes people that can do in their diet that will yield tremendous results, or in their workout, you know. I just want to put that out there.
Yeah, detox. It'll change everything about your whole regimen. Starting off, a lot of people just jump out there in the woodworks and say, hey, I want to lose 100 pounds. You got to get the toxins out your system first so your body can help itself fight. You know what I'm saying? That's one gym. Bam. You know, we drop them on them. So, Coach, you know what I'm saying, Patterson, you know, we're finna get ready to wrap this thing on up. Give us our word of the day. Word for the week, we'll say.
The word for the week. Well, I'm going to piggyback off of what I said earlier about faith. And, you know, it's a scripture, Hebrew 11:1, faith is the substance of things hoped for, but the evidence of is not seen. And so you will have something, you know, I say God give all us a vision or a mission or a purpose, and it eats at you every day. You know, all you have to do is just start walking towards it. Don't worry about how you're going to get there. Don't worry about when you're going to get there. Just start walking towards it. There are people that are lined up along the way that will assist you on this journey. They're waiting for you to do your part. You start doing your part, and then God just gonna come in. You're like, man, where did this person come from? Then the next person, boom, and that's what they're designed to do. Now the other thing is, don't get upset when you keep going and they don't go with you. Sometimes that ain't their purpose to travel with you. Sometimes their purpose is to help you get from one destination to the other destination, and then they got to go back and wait on the next thing God got for them. So that's my word for the week.
Gems.
Awesome.
Bars. Man, I thank you fellas for tuning in, man. You guys have a great, blessed day. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you find somebody to teach. Hey, John Triple B, tell little Frankie what up.
Okay.
Hey, Coach Fame, make sure you get over that Central and get your Comcast. Welcome.
Yeah.
So that's first rule of advice. Don't jump on here with, you know, CenturyLink. It ain't gonna help us. You're gonna be doing the
I apologize for the Wi-Fi.
I was still in the matrix.
I'm in this hotel, and the Wi-Fi is not any good.
Wow, boy. I know we're gonna listen to some Chopped and Screwed.
Hey, Triple B, you know we ain't gonna.
This is a Chopped and Screwed podcast.
Hey, Triple B, I'm gonna get him. He talking about the whole thing. We ain't gonna get him. Leave you alone.
This is a Texas podcast.
Hotel is not me.
Chopped and screwed.
Hey, for real, man. Hey, check y'all next. Check us each every Saturday, you know what I'm saying, 9:30.